I'm attorney Nick Alcock. We're going to talk about what you should do if you've been injured by another person on the roadway. And the first thing that you should do, obviously, if someone is seriously injured, you got to call 911. Many cases, people just call 911 reflexively. They've been in an accident and just say there's no one injured. Well, 911 is probably not the right number to call. Call the police department directly. Don't call 911. Don't tie that up. If you don't have their number, call 411 and call them that way. So essentially, you just want to assess, is anybody really seriously injured? Are there any life-threatening injuries? If there are, call 911. If not, call 411. At that point, you have to realize a lot of people probably don't want to speak with the police. And so the at-fault driver may want to leave or may not feel comfortable waiting around for the police to show up. So your job is to get as much information as you possibly can. I know it sounds a little bit cynical. You're saying, well, you have to basically expect that the person's going to take off. And in many cases, unfortunately, that does happen. People just panic. Maybe there's a warrant for the driver's arrest. Maybe there's something going on with that driver that you don't know about, and so they leave before the police show up. So the first thing you want to do, assuming no one is seriously injured, call the police, call 411, get the license plate of the vehicle that hit you, get a description of the driver. So you get out of the vehicle, first thing you want to sort of assess is, all right, what type of vehicle hit me? What's the license plate? What's the description of the driver? Just in case the person leaves. Get as much information as you can, as quickly as you can. So you go back and say, can I get basically a copy of your insurance card? Can I exchange that information with you? Sometimes people are reluctant to do that. It feels a little bit awkward. You may not want to do it. You got to do it. You got to get that information. You want to know, is this person insured? Do they have a valid card? And you're entitled to see it. And basically the law requires that there be an exchange of this information. You don't have to wait for the police to show up, and you can actually ask them for this information before the police show up. Finally, when the police do show up, you want to make sure that they are aware of witnesses that are around. So you want to look around for witnesses. Stop somebody and say, hey, can I get your information? Can I get your phone number? Many times the witnesses won't want to hang out. They won't want to wait for the police to show up. So what can you do? You can basically get a thumbnail sketch of what it is they saw, and you can get their phone number. And so just write it down or put it into your phone so that you have that information, so that if it comes down to an issue of who's at fault, you've got witnesses that are on your side. It's a lot. When people get in accidents, their brains aren't really thinking the right way. Sometimes they panic. Sometimes they don't do anything. And you really have to make sure that all your ducks are in a row. You get that insurance card. You get witnesses. You're calling the police. The police show up, and they're hopefully going to get an accurate portrayal of what occurred. You would be surprised at how many times the at-fault driver is going to lie, going to say something that isn't true. And you have to be prepared for that, and that's why the witnesses are so important. Finally, you want to contact the insurance companies. You want to contact yours. You want to contact the insurance company of the at-fault driver, and you want to do that quickly. Don't wait around because it's a type of situation where, unfortunately, if you wait a little too long, it really can affect your claim. And we can get into that in a later segment. Finally, you need to prepare for a recorded statement. So the insurance company is going to call you, and I strenuously urge you and I advise you to write down the incident, write down what occurred, and make sure that when you speak to that insurance company that you're not going to get confused, that you're not going to have words be put in your mouth, you're not going to be put in a situation where you're saying something that didn't occur. That recorded statement is very, very important, and you need to be prepared for that. Write it down in advance. If they call before you're prepared, you can say, hey, look, I just need a little bit more time. I'm going through some injuries. I don't have time to speak with you. Let me call you back in a couple hours. Write down what occurred so that when you do speak with the insurance company, you're totally covered and you know what to expect. And unfortunately, a little misstatement, a little problem with the way that you communicate with the insurance company can drastically affect your claim. So if you have any questions about what you should do if you're in an accident, give us a call. 602-989-5000. 602-989-5000 is our number. My name is Nick Alcock. I'm the owner of Alcock and Associates, and you can call us anytime. I'd be more than happy to sit down with you, explain to you how the process works, what to look out for, pitfalls to avoid, and how to maximize your settlement. So thanks so much.